What's up everyone, Marko Kuzmic here, hope you're having a wonderful day. So I've been missing lately from YouTube due to exams, and I've been working my student job, but nevertheless I'm back with another video. In this one I'm going to talk about 7 things I wish I knew when I started lifting. Let's dive in.
She's got a body like a cocaine. She likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely. I want that body, baby, show me.
Before we start, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel as well, this all helps me out. Actually follow me on Instagram. There I post a daily content about nutrition, lifestyle and training as well. Without further ado, let's start already. I've been lifting for around 3 years now, and I've made a lot of mistakes when I started. I do them now regularly. It's life. Get used to it, you know. But for you, I've made a list of 7 things I wish I knew when I started. So, let's roll. Nowadays, media made it pretty common to lose fat with those magic belts and machines that they advertise on television or even internet. So, it's not that simple. You won't be able to see overnight results that fast, due to the fact that building muscle and losing fat are long processes. Nevertheless, you shouldn't feel discouraged. Learn to love the process, enjoy your training, enjoy your diet, and you'll see progress in no time. It won't be like in a month or 6 months, maybe it'll take you 1 year, but just trust the process. Consistency over perfection. It's that simple. Patience is the key. Like, everybody is different. There are thousands and thousands of variables that influence your results. So I love the saying, this specific one. How it goes. Yeah. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. I like this one. Do you oftentimes go to the gym, load up 20-30% more than you can realistically do safely, and break down on your form just in order to feel like a big man? Cut that out. I see these things on a daily basis. Most of them being somewhat young lifters or people who are just starting out, and they are trying to impress their friends. Like, in the most cases, it doesn't end well. Nobody, hear me out, nobody in the gym cares how much you can bench. Whether it be 20 kilograms, 100 or 5,000 kilograms. Nobody cares. There are tons and tons of variables which can influence your training, your stress, your sleep, your nutrition, tons and tons. My personal advice to you is to never compare yourself to others. It's just that simple. You can compare yourself to your previous self. You can see if you've made progress, if your lifts have gone up, or you look leaner. Small things. Form breakdown can cause other muscles to interfere, or even injuries. So that's why the form is the most important thing. Prioritize form over weights any day. Cut or should I bulk? This is the question I get asked the most. So before diving in, there are a few considerations you need to take in order to start. First one is, if you're skinny, you have like 30 kilograms and that's it, then you should go straight up to bulking. There is no other way. But now comes the second case, or you could call it everybody else. Whether it be you're skinny fat or overweight. The thing you should do is called body recomposition. Let me explain. So, body recomposition is when you lose fat and build muscle at the same time. So, it is scientifically researched and proven that it is possible at the same time. So you don't need to worry about it. I've been doing this myself for the past 5-6 months and it's going pretty well, to be honest. My best advice is, if you're overweight, just be in a slight calorie deficit or just maintenance calories, and eat high protein, moderate carbs and moderate fats, and you'll see progress in no time. But the fact, if you want to calculate your maintenance calories, I will put up the video up here, or you can go to my YouTube channel and watch it there. Definitely recommend it. And the second solution is, if you're decent looking or if you're not overweight. So my advice is to aim for a slight surplus at around 30, at around 50 or 100 calories. Don't go ham on it. A slight surplus is more than enough. The main factors which will help you progress or see this body recomposition is to eat a high protein diet at around 1.5 to 2 grams per kilogram. These are just ballpark numbers. So, and the next factor is progressive overload in the gym. These will be the main factors that will drive fat loss and muscle hypertrophy, and that is the ultimate goal. When I started lifting, I heard this sentence from my friends: "Hey, if you want to cut, you should do just high rep exercises like plus 20, and if you want to bulk, just decrease those reps to 3 to 5 reps on." Yeah, little did I know that actually that's not true. The point here: low reps build muscle, high reps build muscle, moderate reps build muscle. Whatever you are going to do, it builds muscle. Obviously, there are things which will be more optimal for muscle hypertrophy, but chances are, if you are picking stuff up and putting them down, you're going to build muscle. If you want to cut down to decrease your body fat percentage, you need to be a caloric deficit. And that's it, nothing else. And if you want to build muscle, you have to be a caloric surplus. No science at all. Pretty easy, right? So, a calorie deficit and calorie surplus will be mostly related to your nutrition, not training. So when I was younger, I heard lots of things from the gym bros, and those things was, if you want to build the best physique in terms of keeping your metabolism wrapped up and burning body fat while simultaneously building muscle mass, you need to be eating small meals every 2 to 3 hours. In the end, it could sum up to at around 7 to 8 meals a day, which is pretty high. Like, stop that. It has been completely disproven by scientific research and by personal experience. There are plenty of examples of guys who do intermittent fasting. What is this? Essentially, it is that you fast for 16 hours, so you don't eat a single thing in those 16 hours. No drinks, nothing, just tea and water and coffee, but black coffee. And the next 8 hours you break your fast. So in that 8-hour window period you eat your meals. So it can be from 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock. You get the idea. So they would eat just 2 big meals and 1 little snack and they would be fine. Or the next myth related to meal timing is shake post-workout. Like, it's not completely false, but there is no need to run when you finish your training to the thing called locker room. That's right. To grab your protein, mix it with water or milk, and to chug it down in like 20 seconds. So by scientific literature, it is advised to eat a protein meal, a protein serving 1 to 2 hours before gym, before training, and 1 hour after training. But this doesn't mean if you're somehow unable to eat in that period, you are not going to lose all of your gains from that workout. So it is stated by many gym pros that muscle protein synthesis is highly elevated after your workout, and it's a small window period, like 30 or 15 minutes. So that's the point of chugging your shake. But this elevated time is much bigger than people think. It's as high as 36 to 48 hours after your training. So it's not that big of a deal if you can't drink your protein shake after your workout. To sum up, try to eat a protein serving after and before your workout, and you'll be completely fine. First, let me explain what dirty bulk is. Essentially, when an individual eats large quantities of calories per day. When I say large, I mean like double or triple the maintenance calories for that person. So they've been eating those calories for every single day for like 2 to 3 months, a specific period of time. They've been gaining weight. I've done this mistake myself. In my first year of training, all I did was cut, because when I started I was overweight and I needed to lose that weight down. But when I finished that phase, it was early December, and I thought, now it's time to bulk up. And then everything started falling apart. So I was eating everything in my sight every single day for like 3 months. All I ate for breakfast was 7 eggs for 3 months, and essentially I gained all that weight back. So I put like 10 to 12 kilograms in like 3, maybe 4 months. Muscle gain from that weight gain was actually like 2 kilograms, so you see what I did. Nothing special and nothing magical, and I was done. The thing with dirty bulking is the following. In order to gain weight, you need to be in a caloric surplus. And the logical thing is, if you were in a bigger caloric surplus, you are going to gain more weight. That is the case. You are going to gain more weight, but the main principle here is to gain muscle, not weight. So the fat gain should be as little as possible. So that's why I advise to lean bulk. Always, never do a dirty bulk. You will regret it afterwards, as I did. Learn from my mistake, please. Please. So the more you increase your surplus, the more you will gain fat. maybe you are getting bigger, your arms are getting bigger, or maybe the subcutaneous fat is getting bigger around your arms. You need to ask yourself, is it the first situation or the second situation? If it's the second case, drop your calories. Simple as that. My personal advice to you is to eat a small surplus, but if you don't want to or you can't, eat in a moderate surplus, and definitely progress in the gym. This will drive your muscle gain perfectly, and muscle gain is a much slower process than losing fat. So have patience and be stubborn, kick it off in the gym, eat your daily nutrition, you'll be making progress. Sit back and definitely enjoy your ride. It's going to be a long one. Last but not least, stop constantly changing your workout splits. You don't need to shock the muscles in order to grow them. That's not the science here. The first and main stimulus to grow your muscles is progressive overload. Let me explain what progressive overload is. So, progressive overload is when you training to training or week to week you increase something. And by something I mean you increase the weight lifted, you increase sets or reps performed, maybe you improve your form in the gym when you lift certain when you do certain exercises, or as little as improving the mind-muscle connection. So when you get a general idea of what progressive overload is, you can see that by constantly changing up your splits, you are unable, or it's hard, or you are even unable to progress in the gym. And that, because that is the main stimulus, you won't be able to grow. I hope you understand that it's not a good idea to shock the muscles. No, I definitely hope that you have learned something from my mistakes, because it's better to learn from someone else's mistakes than yourself mistakes. So give video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, definitely, and check me out on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next one.
She's got me upside down again, just like a roller coaster, never want it over now and again. You got me feeling closer, time is moving slower now again. I don't